What's up, guys? Pegg Pick'em episode 10, college football week 6. This week is just, it doesn't seem like there's going to be too many close games, I don't think. Might be one or two, but other than that, I think each team should handle this week's opponents pretty handedly. I just won't see many close games this week. A couple jump out at me, Michigan State and Northwestern. One definitely jumps out at me. Northwestern should have beat Michigan last week. Ended up choking that game away. And then, of course, you got Notre Dame and Virginia Tech later that night as well. So let's just hop right into it. First game we got is Michigan versus Maryland. Maryland started out the year beating Texas in Washington, D.C. at the Redskins Stadium. And they're playing at home, but I think Michigan will bounce back from last week. They almost lost, but they didn't lose. I think they'll end up getting the win over Maryland. Kansas versus West Virginia. West Virginia's a good team. They're ranked number 9th. No way Kansas will beat them. Got too many weapons. Their offense just too fast. West Virginia will get this win easily. Number 19, Texas versus number 7, Oklahoma. Texas is back on the right track. This is a game that jumps out at me because this game's going to be a shootout. I don't think Oklahoma's that good. I want to go with Texas, but I don't think I can. I think Oklahoma's at home. I don't know, it was weird this week when I looked them up. They had both top teams for home teams and away teams for home teams, so it was weird. Or top teams for home teams and bottom teams for home teams as well. It was weird. I don't know who's playing at home. It's definitely going to be a shootout. I think Oklahoma will end up getting the win by 5 points-ish. Yeah, it'll be a fun game to watch for sure. I really want to go with Texas, but I got to go with Oklahoma. Don't think they're going to end up making the top 4, though. I think they'll get beat sometime this year. Number 1, Alabama versus Arkansas. Alabama will roll over Arkansas. I don't think they're any good at football no more. Number 20, Michigan State versus Northwestern. This game jumps out at me. I want to pick Northwestern really bad. They didn't finish last week against Michigan. They probably should have won that game. And Michigan State definitely isn't playing their best football right now, but I think they'll hang on to beat Northwestern. Boston College versus number 23, North Carolina State. Don't really know what North Carolina State has. Boston College was ranked earlier this year before Purdue derailed them. I got to go with North Carolina State. Even though I don't know much of them, I don't know what they have, I'll go with North Carolina State. And it's funny, all these ACC schools are ranked somehow, but yet only 2 or 3 of them are actually good. I mean, it's whatever. There's a bunch of SEC schools ranked high too, even though I think only 2 or 3 of them are actually there. But it's whatever. Iowa State versus number 25, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, I think, will get this win by 3 possessions. I don't see Iowa State hanging around. I think Oklahoma State will handle their business. Number 5, LSU versus number 22, Florida. This game jumps out at me. It seems like Florida or Mississippi State's going to be ranked either week just to make them look tougher, just to make the SEC look tougher. Typical ESPN SEC love. Because they got Kentucky ranked at 13th. Kentucky hasn't really played anybody, in my opinion. I don't think Florida and Mississippi State's either. I don't think either one of them are there. But they're both ranked every other week, so it's whatever. Kentucky definitely is a team to look out for, though. They're a sleeper team, for sure. But number 5, LSU versus number 22, Florida. I got to go with Joe Burrow. He might be able to crack. Honestly, LSU and Notre Dame should be above Clemson right now. They both have played tougher opponents, and Notre Dame just coming off a kill of a win against Stanford, dominating the whole game, and they both almost shouldn't have lost to Syracuse. Like, Clemson's overrated. They're overhyped every year. I'm sick of them being in the top 4. They don't deserve it. They don't play nobody, and when they lose, it's to a nobody school, and it just is stupid that they're in the top 4 every year. They'll end up getting beat this year sometime down the road, whether it's ACC title or if they do manage to make the top 4, I see them getting killed in the playoff. LSU wins this game, I like to say 10 points-ish. I think they'll be able to get enough stops and hang on to beat Florida. And hopefully Florida and Mississippi State stay out of the top 25 for a little bit, because I'm sick of seeing them in the top 25 when I don't think they deserve it. Number 4, Clemson. Again, overrated. Should be number 6 right now. LSU and Notre Dame both deserve to be above them. But number 4, Clemson versus Wake Forest. I don't see Wake Forest beating them, sadly. I wish they could, but I don't see that happening. I see Clemson bouncing back and rolling over them. 4 scores or something like that. Again, they're not a good football team. They've almost lost to Syracuse 2 years in a row. I don't know. Maybe their run game will kick it in, but I don't. They play one of the weakest schedules out of anybody. Clemson is overrated, but they'll get the win this week. Arizona State, high on this team, versus number 21 Colorado. Colorado is always a sleeper team nowadays. Trying to get back to the way they were in the 80s and 90s. I got Colorado winning this game, even though I'm high on the Arizona State team. I think Colorado will get it done. And normally the team that I pronounce last is the home team. This is where it's weird. I know Ohio State's homecoming is this week, but it said on the thing, number 3, Ohio State versus Indiana. It's Ohio State's homecoming. Dwayne Haskins announced it last week after the Penn State game. Ohio State will throttle Indiana. Indiana might score, but they definitely won't score enough. They're going to be playing in the horseshoe, and Ohio State will beat them bad. SMU versus number 12 UCF, the national champions of last year. UCF will win this game. UCF might go back-to-back undefeated seasons. If they do that, I think they deserve a shot. I mean, why not? Why not try and prove yourself? If you go 25-0 in 2 seasons, you deserve a shot. I don't care who you are. That's tough to do. Number 13, Kentucky. This Kentucky team might be a little overhyped, but yet again might be a little sleeper. They're still undefeated. They've beaten Florida and Mississippi State. I don't really know if those 2 will be the toughest teams they play. I know they got Georgia down the line. That'll be a real test because I think it's at Georgia. But this game's at Texas A&M, I'm pretty sure. Probably the best environment that they've had played in all season. I'm kind of getting second thoughts. I originally picked Kentucky to win, but I don't know. I want to go with Texas A&M in this game. I'm going to change my mind and go with Texas A&M. If Kentucky wins, though, I wouldn't be shocked. I think they're a quality team. Number 10, Washington versus UCLA. Going to go with Washington here. UCLA's just not there yet. Chip Kelly's got to try and get his guys again and try and do something. The guys he has now, they're not there. Number 8, Auburn versus Mississippi State. If Mississippi State wins this game and gets ranked again, I am going to lose my mind. Auburn, you need to beat them. Make sure that they're not ranked again this year, please. Vandy versus number 2 Georgia. Georgia rolls. Number 16 Wisconsin versus Nebraska. Interesting game. Nebraska's kind of just fallen apart this year under Scott Frost. I think Wisconsin, with their boring offense, it'll be low scoring. Nebraska will have a shot, I think, to upset them, but I don't think they'll capitalize. I think Wisconsin will get the win. Number 6, Notre Dame versus number 24, Virginia Tech. This game's at Virginia Tech. It's going to be a tough road environment for Notre Dame, but the way their offense is looking now, in my opinion, Notre Dame's a top 4 team. If I had to put the rankings out, it'd be Bama 1, Georgia 2, Ohio State 3, and Notre Dame 4. And then LSU and Clemson 5 and 6. But right now Notre Dame's ranked 6. I think they'll earn this victory as well. And I think they'll remain undefeated and prove to some of their doubters or haters that we're here for real. If they win out, they're in the Final Four for sure. I don't see Clemson winning out. I think they'll take Clemson's spot if they win out and win out convincingly. But yeah, I got Notre Dame in that game. Utah versus number 14 Stanford. Stanford will bounce back over Utah. And then the two Big Ten games. Illinois goes on the road to Rutgers. If Illinois loses to Rutgers, I don't even know. I don't know how I'll react. Rutgers only lost to IU by 7. But I like Illinois' offense, and I don't know. I just don't think Rutgers isn't that good at anything they do. So I got Illinois winning this game big. Iowa versus Minnesota. Got Minnesota winning this game. Only because they're the home team. I mean, didn't they beat Maryland too? I mean, so Minnesota might be okay. I think they'll beat Iowa this week. But yeah, that's going to do it for the picks. Got to change that Texas A&M game. I don't know. That game's tough to pick from because Kentucky's undefeated still, but they're playing in a hostile environment. Don't know how they'll react. I know they beat Florida at Florida. Having second guesses again. You know what? I'll go with my first guess. I'll go with Kentucky in that game as well. Sorry about that. So, yeah, that's my picks for this week. Maybe I'll go undefeated. Probably not. There's a couple games that stick out to you, you know. But, yeah, that'll do it for this week. See ya.